Fred Bo Dunning is a licensed marriage and family therapist in California. His office is in Apple Valley. If you are seeking mental or behavioral health help, please reach out to someone in your state. If you're thinking of suicide, please call 911 for emergency help. Statements in this video are not intended as mental health advice. The statements are for educational purposes only. After Duty Vets 2021, all rights reserved.
Hello everyone, welcome to After Duty Vets, where we discuss what life is like after the military. Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk to you about taking risks and PTSD. This is one of those topics that it's different for everybody. A lot of people take risks, especially folks with PTSD. Because what happens is when you get PTSD, you get an adrenaline rush from the event. You get this euphoric feeling. I mean, have you ever cut yourself and you get this feeling, and you get this euphoric feeling? Well, that's what you get. A lot of people get when they're in combat or they have an event or they get wounded or car accidents or whatever. They get that euphoric feeling. That's a survival tactic. Your body automatically does that because you're in survival mode when that happens. And you know what? When you take risks, that's what you're doing. You're looking for that euphoric feeling that you will never attain, especially if you were in combat. You will never get there again unless you're in combat again. That euphoric feeling is a part of PTSD. It's what allows you to survive. So I know people who go bungee jumping, skydiving. They get on their motorcycle around 120 miles an hour down the freeway, weaving in and out of traffic. They go riding quads and they go off-roading and they go hiking and skydiving, and I think I already said skydiving, but they rock climbing and they have affairs. What's riskier than having an affair? You have to sleep at night. Spouse could do a lot of damage while you're asleep if you have an affair. But anyway, affairs are one of the biggest things with PTSD. Starting your own business is risky. There's a lot of risky behavior out there, and it happens because you're looking for that adrenaline rush that you get during the PTSD event, because you get that euphoric feeling when that happens. Now, one thing that I've noticed about a lot is a lot of folks pick fights with their spouses to get their adrenaline up. I was working with one guy who was in his 80s, and before, he was doing taekwondo and karate and he was doing all that stuff. He had a job that was risky and he was doing all this stuff. But once he got to be 80 years old, in his mid 70s or so, he was unable to physically do that stuff anymore. So what did he do? He wore a Trump hat around, and he wasn't necessarily a Trump supporter, and I'm not saying anything negative about Trump supporters, but he knew if he wore a Trump hat that people would engage him and he could pick a fight with them. And he could get his adrenaline up, and who's going to sit there and really beat up a 80-year-old man? So he would pick fight with people, and what I discovered was a lot of his fights that he was having with his spouse was to get his adrenaline up. And I brought his spouse into session and is this what's going on? And he kind of grinned and said, maybe. He was picking fights with people to get his adrenaline up because of his PTSD. So people take risks all the time for their PTSD. So I want you to think about, if you've got PTSD, I want you to think about why you take those risks and what's the story behind it. So I hope this helps you figure out what's going on with you and why you're taking those risks. And I hope it helps you get the life that you deserve. So until next video, have a good day. Thank you. I would appreciate it if you would help me help other veterans. If you would visit my webpage at www.afterdutyvets.com for more information on what I do. Also, visit my Facebook page at After Duty Vets. And also, if you're interested, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the button down there and subscribe so you get the newest videos that come out from me and what I do and what I'm working on at the present time. So please stay updated, and I hope I am able to help you have the life you deserve, and hope to see you, or talk to you in the chat later on. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.